information relevant to a project, and then Alan, like a sneaky fox, flew back to Chicago in a stolen small. He found his stash car, complete with hidden fake license plates and passports. The only thing left was 2 blue joy pills. He needed backup meds fast, and Sarah, the survivor, became his hope, so he dashed off. He ran into the woods near Sarah's as she was about to flee to her sisters when leaving. Little did she know, the agents sent by Belle were following her like a bunch of clowns. They pretended to be FBI and easily waltzed into her house. A female agent dragged the male one out under private chat guise, with each sentence like a scam call, asking endlessly. Finally, after confirming Sarah didn't leak project details, that same male agent came marching back in. No, this meeting's done. Get out, all of you. Now, Mulder, you're being eyed by the crooks in my house, and I want you to pack up and scram right now. I was gonna let you go on a flight, but you've got to help us. The old lady pretended to be sweet, telling Sarah it was just a routine check. Only if she cooperated like a good little kid could she see her sister sooner. Then the old lady pulled out a chair for her to sit. But then the agents lunged and pinned her legs down, and it turned out their real motive was to get Sarah to sign up for voluntary service. Almost there. What are you doing? Let go. Sadie. Let go. Sadie. Let me go. X5. At the critical moment, Alan burst from the next room. Fueled by superhuman strength, Alan turned into a beast and took down the agents, while Sarah in panic grabbed a gun and ran upstairs. The agents outside burst in like beasts at the sound. Alan, sensing danger, dived into the basement and blocked the nozzle with a nail. As the pursuing agents got closer, he triggered the extinguisher with a stick, and then it was on a real close combat, like a bad dance-off. Hearing the remaining 2 agents shouting, Alan guessed Sarah was likely trapped upstairs, so he zoomed up like lightning. He effortlessly scaled the top floor and snuck in through a window, gun drawn at the old lady below, before finding Sarah hiding in the attic. After calming Sarah down, he immediately laid out the action plan, handed her his watch, then hid in another room like a magician. As the agents charged upstairs, Sarah's countdown hit 0, and she pulled the trigger just as the agents turned around to see Alan, who shot from the shadows like a ghost. Crisis averted. Alan anxiously asked Sarah if there were any backup pills, but Sarah looked innocent, saying she was only in charge of virus extraction. But she had no idea where the finished pills were stored, leaving Alan to realize that her cluelessness was actually a blessing. And Alan told Sarah to leave at once, as the next agents would surely send them to a bubble tea shop. He doused the villa with gasoline as if seasoning it, then handed his lighter to Sarah, telling her to set the house ablaze. After all, this was her home. After setting it on fire, Alan swiftly led Sarah through the forest, and they seized the opportunity to flee the scene by car. When Alan asked her about it, Sarah complained that she was only responsible for research, completely clueless about what happened outside the lab. Drugs were all made at a factory far away in the Philippines, and hearing that made Alan's mood sink like a stone, realizing the blue pills in his hand wouldn't last a day. He was about to witness a miracle in his body soon, but he realized that the virus injected by Sarah 8 months ago had already made him Superman. The CIA continued drugging them, clearly aiming to addict and control them with breaking dependencies. The only solution was to inject the virus again, and they managed to find a room near the airport. Alan and Sarah worked all through the night to get new passports ready, while at the same time chaos erupted inside the CIA because the fire had wiped out everything. Belle moved headquarters near Sarah's home. After a night search, they confirmed she wasn't among the dead. They combed surveillance footage all night, finding Sarah might still be alive. Cross-referencing passenger info on Sarah's plane, they found Alan had also emerged from the grave. Belle quickly guessed they went to Manila as the factory they could free Alan from drug control. At this moment, the two had successfully cleared customs and dared not waste a second. Despite danger, they drove to the plant at once, Alan hoping to pass with a false identity. But luckily, the head of security at the factory recognized Sarah, which made things a whole lot easier. Sarah then injected Alan with a live virus, hoping survival would free them from pill warriors. Meanwhile, Faye called the workshop supervisor, demanding they lock down the lab and keep Alan at arm's length. However, the supervisor had caught on, already dispatching some security staff to check it out. Seeing that there were too many of them, Alan had to pretend to cooperate and led them into a narrow alley. They evacuated quickly, and Sarah found her access card was deactivated. Alan then grabbed a wrench and kept hammering at the door lock, thinking, while Sarah made of stainless steel, "Why do I care?" With a forceful kick, they broke the security door open, and they jogged all the way, successfully sneaking into the workshop. Then Alan let a few rounds fly at the electrical box, and the factory plunged into chaos, like someone setting off fireworks. At this point, Alan kicked open the door again, and they sped through, successfully entering the workshop. He fired several more shots at the electrical box, plunging the factory into chaos as staff rushed to the exit.